was homeless, man.
Yeah, they were home. Yeah, well,
and they were waiting to get their home, which was the land of Canaan, which they had to kill off those people that was in that land, man.
Yeah.
Go back to the history. So there was a time when the children of Israel were homeless, meaning they were sleeping in tents, all right, out there in the woods, in the wilderness, for a period of 40 years.
Yeah.
Check that out, Nate. Now, Nate, you made a video about the calendar, and I mean, I don't know if you want to bring it up, bring up the video or whatever, but anyway, you looked at the calendar and you went to the month of March, right? And you actually counted it, and you call us fools and idiots, and we don't know what the hell we're talking about. And how can you throw that out? Well, anyway, you went to March, the month of March in 2014, right? Which was last month. And you went to the first day, which was a Saturday of March, which was a new moon, which meant that the new moon came in Friday night into Saturday. That was a new moon, right? And then you counted from day 1 to day 28. And matter of fact, let me count it myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
So now we're going 1.
Hold up, I want to see how you counted it. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29.
See that? So now, go up, so now we got, this is the
I forget how he counted, but I believe he counted up to 28 days.
What do you do with this day? What happens?
Yeah, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And I think he stopped at 29. And he said you got to throw out a day. When you bring the video up, you can see it. When you bring the video up, you can actually see it when he goes into it. And he said, what happened? He said, we lost a day here. And he said, you got to take out one of the days. You got to take out day 29. But he was trying to go into the Sabbath. He went, right, this is how he did it. I'm sorry, this is how he did it. He went from day 1, which is a Saturday. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which is a Friday, which is the 7th day. Now, when you go to the scripture, it says 6 days shall work be done, and the 7th is the Sabbath of rest, right? And he said, okay, you got your first Sabbath, right, which is on the 7th, which is a Friday, right? You got your second Sabbath, you got your third Sabbath, and you got your fourth Sabbath, which the fourth Sabbath came on the 28th of March. He's counted the way he thinks we counted. So he said, well, what happened to day 29? He said, you got to throw that out. And he said, that's ridiculous. And then the people were snickling in the background, right? Now you got the scripture, 6 days shall work be done, and the 7th is a Sabbath. It's in a couple of places.
And look, the new moon comes here. So what do you do with this day?
I can find it. I should. Okay, you got it. All right, go ahead. Read it.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 20, verse, I'll start at 7. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy power in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy power. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy servant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it.
Now you got some knuckleheads that'll go to Genesis, the first chapter, and I believe it's the 4th day, where he made the sun and the moon. Show you how stupid and lost and blind you guys are. Go ahead and read it.
This is the book of Genesis, the first chapter, and the 14th verse. And the power said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, and for days and years. And let them be for lights in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. And the powers made 2 great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And the power set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And the power saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the 4th day.
So you got some of these charlatans out there saying that the moon was created on the 4th day. So you guys are going off. We don't even pay you guys no mind. You are so lost in space.
God.
But anyway, Nate, he's a little bit smarter than you guys out there, right? Now, you just read the scripture, 6 days. Read again.
It says, 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son nor thy daughter, thy manservant nor thy maidservant nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the 7th day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. All right, so basically, that's the criteria for the Sabbath, But these devils, see, you trying to go by the calendar that these devils have, and they have extra days in their calendar. So if you keep the Sabbath the right way, the way the white men don't want you to keep it, what's going to happen is when Esau got his bullshit in there, you're not going to be able to follow the calendar that we're supposed to following after Esau's calendar that you have today. And that Gregorian calendar is off too. The Julian calendar, which is the Gregorian calendar, was based off of the Julian calendar, and the Julian calendar was off. So you have extra days within this calendar that we have today. Like all nations, they had their calendars. But when Israel was in captivity under them, they were observing the Hebrew calendar. They weren't observing the calendar of the other nations,
And the Hebrew calendar went by the new moons. Because the word month means moon.
That's right.
All right?
And you had
those stupid knuckleheads, Nate included, they'll say next month, this month, and that month, and that, and you guys following heathen Babylonian customs, man. The word, if you simply, you dumb knucklehead, you numbskull, if you simply look up the word month come from the word month stem from the word moon. It means moon. All right?
I got it.
So if the word month means moon, when does a new moon supposed to start? Using common sense, something that you do not possess. It means moon, nigga.
Quick to back you up, Elder Ramlab. This is Daniel 7:25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, talking about the white man, the white boy, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, that's us, and think to change times and laws. And that's going into that Gregorian calendar. And for the figure out the new moon and the Sabbath, I mean, you don't need to look at it.
Pope Gregory was a Jake any damn way, but he was off.
He went off, and that calendar is off. And the easiest way without a calendar is all you got to do is you check out the moon cycle. When the moon is, when you don't see the moon, that's called a new moon, because the moon is beginning its cycle, and that determines the beginning of a new month. You count 7 days. That's a new moon. That's also the new Sabbath. You count 7 days after that. That's a Sabbath again, and you just keep doing that until the next cycle begins. That's the next new moon, which means the next new month. Is that easy?
That's why you got to follow the new moons. When you keep the Passover, you follow the new moons. But then you go back to the Gregorian calendar. When did any of the ancient David or any of them or any of the prophets or any of the kings use 2 calendars. You know. Now it says what is a new moon? Do you work on a new moon? No. The new moon is a Sabbath. What does the word Sabbath mean? It means rest. All right. You have the 7-day Sabbath, and then you have the new moon Sabbath. All right. You can have a new moon and then have the seven days after that new moon. All right. Like for example, it says